She's all the way gone. Well, Glenn,
We're here.
we are live. We are live. How are you today, sir?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well. Doing good. It's Thursday already.
Already?
End of the week almost.
Yes.
And we are still here. And,
First week of May.
Yeah, and that's something.
It's over almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know what, James? It's warm now. I don't have to wear my hoodies anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna miss that.
I'm not gonna miss it.
We need some t-shirts now.
Yeah, I gotta get some t-shirts. I gotta go dig in my closet and get some summer attire.
There you go. And I noticed you weren't wearing your cowboy boots.
No. Normally, I'm starting to transition from the cowboy boots to hot in the summertime.
You know, people are going to be looking for them.
Yeah.
I was looking for them, and I saw something different. So,
but yeah, usually by the end of May, I stop wearing them, and I won't start again until October, November. Yeah. I don't wear them in the winter months, summer months.
Okay. Well, look here. Let's go ahead and talk to our viewers.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. We happy to be here once again on a Thursday afternoon at 2:05, where we do our weekly broadcast.
What's today? Cinco de Mayo?
Cinco de Mayo.
May 5th, 2022.
Yes.
I took us back last week, a year or two or something. No, it was a month. I think I was off. But yeah, absolutely. Welcome aboard, everybody. We've got a pack-filled session for you today.
Yes.
And don't go anywhere. If anything, we want our viewers to share this broadcast with their friends. And if you can't do it at this very moment, make sure you look at the rebroadcast, and so that you can catch what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Go view it, and then you can share the recorded one. You still can share the recorded one on your timeline.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it'd be good if you could just go and share it again on your timeline on this what we're talking about every Thursday. It's fatherhood and family. We're going to shift a little bit this week. Today. Yeah. And talk about some other things. But
so when someone gets on Facebook, what should they do?
They should like us.
Right.
And they should share us.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then when you get to YouTube, subscribe.
Yeah. And click the bell.
Click the bell
for notifications. You'll catch us every time if you do those two things.
Yes.
But I know for a fact now that we've got some viewers out there who still won't say anything in the chat. What are we gonna do about that?
I don't know. Well, we keep asking them until they respond.
I hope you all will. It gives us a morale boost too when we know we're talking to our peers, to our viewers, our audience, our colleagues. And we won't keep you all day, just probably 30 minutes at the most. But absolutely, we want to hear your comments, and please keep following us.
Yes.
Keep tuning in. Yes. You know, we're still here on a Thursday at 2:00. So
keep following our Facebook page. We got some exciting things coming up. The Beast is going to be back out on tour again. She took the winter off.
Okay.
Now we're going to break her back out, and we're going to be out there doing a lot of things in the community with the Beast.
All right. Well, I had a chance to do some. I went out of town and got together with my siblings and some cousins and things like that, and we had an opportunity to learn about our past, or not our past, but our foreparents. And in this particular case, we focused on the mother of the clan that I came from, so to speak. And we can trace her all the way back to slavery. She was a little girl and was separated from her mother and father at the age of 3. And that was so impactful, because if it wasn't for this woman, Mary Lucas is her name, that would be my grandmother's grandmother.
Wow.
But without the proclamation, Emancipation Proclamation happening, if that didn't happen, this whole group of folks, and I think we've tallied up, there are like 78 of us together on my grandmother's side that are still living. And it was wonderful to see that breakdown and how it flowed, and to find out a little history about my great grandmother. But if you get a chance, viewers, why don't you take time and delve into your history, your past
Yes.
for your family. You'll be surprised at all the new information that you will learn.
Yes.
I learned a great deal of things, and
Yes. Yes.
I'm thankful for that.
And one way to start that is to go your oldest relatives,
Yeah, yeah.
your oldest aunts, your
Hmm.
oldest, your grandparents, if they're
Right,
still living.
right.
Go spend some time with them and let them tell you some stories about the family that you may have you don't know, and
Right,
because they was
right.
there, and then they're going to tell you about their mom, their grandmas, which is
Hmm.
another whole generation
Yeah,
about
yeah,
what was she like, those things, the names. So it's
yeah.
important to try to find out.
And unfortunately, we are African American, so to speak.
Right,
Our lineage came from the continent of Africa, but it's I don't know how we would go about finding out what tribe and things like that, but at least you can start
right.
with where you are today, and it can be something to hand down. We always talk about legacy in our
Classic,
classes,
yes,
and that's a nice gift to give to your family,
yes,
and
yes,
something
yes,
that will be everlasting.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Always good to know where you come from.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes,
So
yes.
again, we welcome our viewers to our Thursday show, and Glenn, we're going to have a I don't know where this is going to go, but we're going to go ahead and tackle it anyway
Okay,
because we're not scared,
we're not scared
and
at all.
we will absolutely. I think this will be beneficial for our viewers. But you want to lead us off?
Yeah, just saying hello to Mr. James Best. Mr. James Best. Hello, sir. How are you?
All
Um,
right,
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
very good. Is that another name there? Assad? Oh, okay,
Oh, no. Okay.
okay. All right. Well, let's get ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen of our viewing audience,
Yes.
we are not just for the fathers,
You're right.
okay? Matter of fact, Glenn, we say the best parent is what?
The best parent is both parents,
Absolutely.
both mom and
And
dad.
dad.
Yes.
So that means all of our conversation so far has been centered around the dads. I mean,
Yes.
that's what we are. Fathers Forever is primarily that,
Yes.
but we do not bash the moms. But now we're transitioning with our language to our viewers to include our women
Yes. The moms.
moms in some of our broadcasts.
Yes.
And we've got something coming soon that I think a lot of our viewers are going to like. It'll be
Yes.
men and women
Yes.
having an
I'm
opportunity
excited
to
about
come
that.
together.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, you know,
And in light of Mother's Day this weekend, we want to wish all the moms a happy Mother's Day.
absolutely.
And so, we want to kind of kicking off today, talking about moms and bringing them, included them into our conversation.
Right. And as a bonus for our viewers, uh, we want you to put your thinking caps on, and
Yes.
we'll get the answers later on. But be ready to put your answer in the chat. And our question to our viewers, because we're including you in our broadcast, who is your favorite woman in the Bible? If you can think about that, who is your
Favorite
favorite
woman.
woman in the Bible? And we're going to get your answers toward the end of our broadcast. So,
Yes.
as a note, just think about it. Who is your favorite woman in the Bible? And we will entertain your answers.
Yes.
All right. So we have some visitors in our studio today. They won't be on camera, but you will hear their voices. Um, and we've asked two questions to the same two questions we asked to three different individuals,
Yes.
three different women. So we'd like to hear what their response is going to be. I'm
Yes.
anxious. Are you ready?
Yeah, we ready?
All right.
Are we going to show their names? Or are we going to?
Uh, okay. They gave One has given permission to share her name, but we don't have to. We'll.
Yes, you don't mind. They don't mind.
All right.
They're not scared.
Right. They're not scared either. All right. All right. All right. So viewers, I'm going to go ahead and let you know ahead of time what these questions are. It's the first one is, what are some of the challenges you experience in raising your child or your children as a single mom? And then Glenn, what's that second one?
What advice can you give a single mom who is currently raising their kids alone?
All right. So those are
the two questions we're going to ask.
The same two questions.
Yes. But also, now that we asked that question, you can also type in the box what were some of your challenges.
Yes.
As well. And we'll,
if that applies to you,
yes,
please do. Or if you know of a relative that's dealing with with being a single parent. So let's go. Is everybody ready? Ready? All right, well, let's give a round of applause for our two guests today. So our first guest is some of you may know her. If not, her first name is Angela, last name Hawkins, and she's graced us with her appearance today, and she's going to give us her take. So, Angela, what are some of the challenges you experience in raising your child as a single mom?
Well, for me, it was not being the fun parent. I was always the parent enforcing rules, and his father was always the one that was doing fun things and was not enforcing any rules. It seemed like when he was at my house, he had order, structure, and when he went with his dad, that wasn't the same.
Okay.
So that was very frustrating, trying to enforce rules and have structure.
How did that make you feel?
Sometimes angry, because I was always the mean parent. I was always the enforcer, and his dad was always the one doing fun things. Mm-hmm. I mean, we did fun things, but right. I mean, I was always the one that was enforcing the rules, making sure he went to bed at a certain time, making sure that his grades came first before he played video games, those type of things. Mm-hmm. When it appears or it seems like the other parent, that's not important to them.
Okay. All right. Yes. And audience members, we're just looking at our guests as they speak. So if we're not looking at the screen, that's why. Yes. I just wanted to share that note. Okay, Angela, we're going to move to.
You want to ask Kiana the same question?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Okay. We're going to move to Kiana, and then she can chime in with her answer. So, Kiana, I'll ask you the same question. What are some of the challenges you experience in raising your children as a single mom?
Some of the challenges I have are having to be the mom and the dad in so many words. And I know when people hear that term, they think, well, you can't be a dad, and we can't. But at the same time, I'm the parent that has to do stuff that dads really should be doing. Okay. Because my children's father is not as active in their life mentally, emotionally.
Can you give us
more financially, but not mentally, emotionally?
Can you give us one example of something similar to what you're saying?
So just say my oldest son, he wants to do boy things. Mm-hmm. Mom, you can't do everything that's boy things, but I try.
Mommy, try to dunk.
I try to do all the boy things, and I can feel his energy when it's mommy doing everything. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay. All right. And if you have an input from the viewers, please say something to us in the chat, and we will certainly put it up there. We've got another person not in the studio that is going to share her information as well to the question, and her name is Jasmine. And Jasmine, are you there?
I am. Thank you so much.
So let me read the question to you. I want to give you the same respect that we've given the others. What are some of the challenges you experience in raising your children as a single mom?
Um, Probably my main challenge is finding balance for everything. So I'm the one taking everybody to school, doing pickups, working full time, all the grocery shopping, all the cooking, all the everything. So finding that time to spend and do fun things with them while also taking care of myself mentally and emotionally has been probably the biggest challenge for me.
Okay. Um, that's a lot, Glenn.
That's a lot.
We talked about you last week, but you built this community around, or and I'll use your term, village,
Yes.
around your structure in raising your children.
Yes. Everything that Jasmine just said is, and all Angela as well as Kiana, the struggles that I had was again being, sometimes not an outlet. Sometimes it wasn't. I didn't have a. I couldn't. There wasn't an off button.
Yeah.
Because you always, being that mom and that dad, and like getting them when the kid is sick, you got to get up and they're throwing up or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
You got to clean up the mess. You got to.
So you can't just call
You can't,
somebody from your village
to
come in and help
yes,
do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and all of those things. That's and all those things. But our kids need our strength, and we need that time alone. But sometimes it's not there, and it's kind of frustrating. As Angela said, you got to always make sure that rules are followed.
Mhm.
Or you got to make sure those things are done. Feed them and put them to bed and do the homework assignments, and you juggling 3 or 4 things at a time, and
Right.
go to the grocery store and all of that stuff that
Mhm.
comes with being a single parent. It's a lot of times overwhelming.
Okay.
But we found a way to do it, and
Mhm.
because of the village that we have, and we surround ourselves with people that can help do it.
Mhm.
That happen.
Is this something that is covered in the university?
Yes, we
Fox
talk.
Family
We
University.
talk about the importance of being a co-parent.
Mhm.
We encourage the fathers to make sure that they're spending time with their kids, and to give the mom a break.
Yeah.
Because it's 24/7, 7 days a week.
Mhm.
The only time she get a break is when the kids are away
Mhm.
on the weekend,
Right.
and then if it's your time to get the child, and you decide this weekend I don't want to do it, but
Right.
I got things I got to do with my boys.
It impacts her.
It impacts
even more.
her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. So I think moving forward, as you said, we do cover these things,
Uh-huh.
but our guys need to hear this for themselves too.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
And eventually, James, we're gonna bring some kids around the table,
Yes. Yes.
and we're gonna let them talk to the fathers and to the
Right.
moms and say, "Hey,
Yes.
guys, y'all need to get together. Y'all need to work together." And a lot of times they start, there's a couple. And James, one of the things I think is that we're gonna be start doing is this coaching, co-parenting thing
Right.
that we're gonna be doing that I think is gonna be beneficial.
Yes.
Because now we primarily talk to the men. We don't
Mhm.
have a lot of audience with the women, but we want to include them because they are a major part of these issues that we have
Yes.
to solve together.
Right. Right. And that's the key. The being able to solve it together.
Yes.
You know.
To understand each other's needs, our perspective, what help we need,
Mhm.
how can we work together for the betterment of the child.
Yeah.
So you got a mom and a dad, and they're separated,
Mhm.
divorced.
Right.
Now moms get married, dad get married.
Mhm.
So now you got 2 more people.
Yeah.
So now you got 2 moms and 2 dads.
Right.
Technically,
Right.
not
Right.
technically, but
Mhm.
2 moms and 2 dads.
Mhm.
So now you got 4 people now working for the sake of the kids.
Yes.
4 people as opposed to 2.
Right.
But if they're separated and they're angry and they're mad at one another, they're fighting one another.
Then it goes away.
It goes away.
Yeah.
So this kid is now really doing good because he got 2 dads working on his behalf,
Right.
and he got 2 moms working on his behalf,
Mhm.
as opposed to, but when mom and dad is not getting along because they can't get along, then that strife there is picked up by the kids.
Okay, so I want to say hello to our viewers once again. We welcome you aboard. We've got some guests in our studio today. They're not on camera, but their voices are here. And we just wanted to share with you that these are important topics for us
Yes.
as facilitators in our curriculum.
Yes.
And this isn't something that we take lightly. We want to make sure that we are looking at it with a clear lens
Yes.
and
From both perspectives.
both perspectives.
Yes.
We want to say hello to Angela Gorham. She says she agrees with those experiences. So
Yes.
That's another
That's
comment
another
out
comment,
there.
yes.
All right. Are we ready for the second question?
Y'all might have to get a little bit closer. I don't think they can hear you real good.
Okay. Let's get them a
Yeah,
little
they need to
closer.
get. They need
And
to
we'll
get closer.
change the order this time. We're going to let Kiana go first, and the question is,
Yes.
what advice can you give a single mom who is currently raising her children alone?
The advice I would give a single mom is to make sure that you are mentally and emotionally together yourself, because it's hard to do it alone. And make sure that you do have, if you don't have a support system, like myself, besides my mom, I would definitely make sure that you can handle it on your own. So take care of you first, because that's the only way to take care of your kids.
Okay. I know when you're in a flight, in the on a flight, and those bags drop down, they said before you help the next person, put
Yes.
your bag on first,
Yes.
and then try and help
Yes.
somebody
Yes.
else. So that
And the thing about that, what Ken just shared is sometimes that's not an option.
Mhm.
You know, whether you're together or not, you got to do this thing. So that's why it's important, to be able to bring that support system, because you can't take a day off.
Mhm.
You can't just say, I'm not gonna be a mom today. I'm just gonna let somebody else do it.
Mhm.
So you got to figure out a way of how to get those mental things, taken care of, and how to, and I tell people, hurting people hurt people.
Yes.
So when you go seek for advice, don't necessarily seek advice from your friends that go and do the same thing you do,
Right.
because they're hurting like you are.
Mhm.
So they're going to give you advice based on their pain. So find someone that's, a little bit older than you, maybe, that's got through, they've been through some things,
Mhm.
to get that advice from, as opposed to calling your girlfriend or your boyfriend who's mad about the same thing you mad about, and they think, they're giving you some advice that's not going to benefit you and your kids.
Glenn, you sound like a experienced person over here.
Yes, we've been doing this for a while, James. And
Mhm.
a friend, my mentor, used to tell me, "Ask me how I know."
Okay, I hear you.
Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt. Found out that my advice that I got from my dude over here, it didn't work, because he was going through the same thing I was going through. I was like, and I tried your advice, man. I won't do that again, because that's not advice that I should have been getting from him.
Right.
But because he was in pain too, and I was in pain, he gave me this, So.
Yeah. All right, Jasmine, I'm going to put you up next. What advice can you give a single mom who is currently raising her children alone?
My advice would be to try to keep things as peaceful as possible with the co-parent, with the father of your child. Stay in communication. If you need to pull in, additional resources, do an intervention sort of thing, just so that there's someone there that can keep the peace between you two and you're communicating. Because child's best interest should always be paramount.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Very good, Jasmine. We thank you for your comment. And it falls in line with what we tell our guys.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
And mind you, we know we're just scratching the surface.
Oh yeah.
But we're going to keep scratching and digging into this this topic that we're discussing today. So our last guest is Angela. Angela, I'll read the question for you. What advice can you give a single mom who is currently raising her children alone?
This is very difficult to do sometimes, but don't bad talk the other parent, even though it may be very well worthy of it. But I found that kids know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I only have one kid, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he knew. And they I never in front of him consciously would say anything negative about his dad, even though that wasn't necessarily the case for his dad. His dad would have stuff to say about me, and that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
When you know the other parent is not saying nice things about you.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very important that, and actually I heard it from one of his books, that one of his friends or coworkers had a retainer. Each of them got a retainer against each other that said, you can't say anything about each parent in front of their kid. And I thought that was it's great, but it doesn't always happen that way. The other parent doesn't always agree to that. But I think it's very important that your children still see parents that love the child, and talking about them in a bad way or in a negative way is not healthy.
Okay.
Because it causes the child to feel like they have to defend the other parent.
Okay. Yes. I'm really excited, James, about this new thing that we're going to be starting.
Can we at least talk about the title?
Yes, it's called. What Angela just said earlier. The book when I wrote "When Love Is Not Enough to Breaking Up a Child,"
right,
which is this book right here. We're going to be using this book in our coaching sessions. I went back to school during COVID and became a certified coach.
Right.
And so we're going to be using those skills, and we're going to be doing some coaching sessions with both moms and dads.
Yes.
And this is going to be the textbook that we're going to be using when love is not enough to breaking up a child. And I'm very excited about that because we want to have both.
I'm excited too.
Both men and women. And this is not going to be a
bashing party.
A bashing party. We're not here to point fingers at one another. We're saying, the best parent is both parents, and you separated, and you guys not going to get back together. I understand that. That's
yes.
But how can you raise, and on the back of the book, I give an illustration, James. When you go to a mirror, you look in the mirror, you're looking and you see things, your reflection.
Okay.
And when things is not fixed, there's something, your hair is not placed.
You fix it.
There's something in your nose. You go back and fix it.
Right.
Well, this book was written as a mirror.
Good.
And for people, fathers and moms, to look in and read these chapters in this book and say, hey, this is me.
Yes.
And so you need to fix your behavior.
Right.
So I wrote this book sitting in the courtroom. We started in the courtroom. We was in it 3 days a week since 2008.
Yes.
And a lot of the stories that I heard mom and dad come in, it was 1,000 of them. I just took 12 of them and put them in the book. And I had to change the name to protect the guilty. Not the innocent.
The guilty.
Because these are true stories.
Right.
That I saw in the courtroom that I captivated and say, I need to write a story about this. And then, and every time I started to teach this class, there's always somebody come to me and say, I see myself in this story.
Yes.
I see myself in that story.
Yeah.
And that's how we really want to. So now we want your audience to tell us, what is a good time to do this hour session?
Yeah,
at night, what time at night? I know, 9 o'clock may be too late, but the kids may be in the bed. 8 o'clock, you're in the middle of dinner. But we got to pick a time where we're going to be doing this. And it's going to be an hour.
Yeah, just send us an email.
Every week.
With your answers.
And we'll get people to plug in. And this is going to be the textbook. And we're going to take each one of these stories. And we're going to talk about the effect of how it can help our kids, hurt our kids, if we're not working together as co-parents.
Right. So, from our guests, are there any last comments you want to make? We certainly want to give you ample opportunity to speak to our audience. But is there something else you would like to share? And if not, we were going to go on to our other question.
Our question, yes.
Yeah. But ladies, everybody's good? Okay. We do thank you for coming today and sitting in our studio and being a part of the broadcast. We welcome you back, and we hope this won't be the last visit for you.
Thank you.
Oh, well, we didn't get the questions about the.
No, we still got our question we opened with. Who is your favorite woman in the Bible? and put it in the chat. We would like to.
Put it in the chat.
We'd like to hear who your answer is. All right. Angela says Ruth. All right. Jasmine says Esther. All right. I'm gonna say Naomi.
Guess what I'm gonna say? You probably, if I say this name, I wonder how many people would know who she is.
Let's do it.
Her name is Jochebed.
No.
Jochebed.
All right.
You know who Jochebed was? Jochebed was the mother of Moses, who put him in a basket and hid him.
Yeah.
Her name was Jochebed.
Okay. All right. Any of our viewers want to chime in? Let's see. Don't see a name up there, but yeah, we're so. All right. Kiana says Mary. We had a couple Marys.
Yes.
Mary was the mother of Jesus. Mary and Martha were two sisters.
Yes.
So these are some good things we know.
Yes.
But we still want to shout out to all the mothers.
All the moms, yes.
We want to say Happy Mother's Day. Angela Gorham says Esther.
Yes.
All right. We want to shout out to all the mothers and say, please have a wonderful Mother's Day coming up.
Yes.
I think it's on Sunday.
It's this coming Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Moms are very important. I lost my mom a few years ago.
Yeah, I lost mine.
Yeah,
too.
and it's we talk about dads all the time, but we're gonna start honoring moms.
Yes. Yes.
Especially during Mother's Day, and then we're gonna start again making moms a part of the conversation. My mom's name was Magdalene. Actually, her name was Mary Magdalene.
Oh yeah,
That was her name.
Okay.
And she loved kids. She loved to cook. She loved to cook, and so we're going to be doing Mag's Gift. We'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk to dads. Take your kids.
Get a card.
Get a card.
Yeah.
You guys, mom and dad may not be getting along, but when a mom see that her son, 4 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old, got a Mother's Day gift from her, he knows, she probably know where he got it from.
Yeah.
That the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend, the ex-husband took the kid to the store, took the time to buy the Mother's Day gift. She may think you a jerk, but at least you took time.
Got a gift out of it.
Got a gift out of it. So those are the kind of things that fathers need to do, especially during holidays and during birthdays. When it's her birthday, take your son, your kids, to get, unless you got a restraining order. If you can't do that. But if you don't have a restraining order, take them to get the mother a gift for her birthday, her Mother's Day, a Christmas present. That speaks volume. And James, we have a whole class about
yes, we do.
this. We talk about the 10 Commandments of co-parenting.
Yes.
And we take each one of those things and we talk about what it is to be a co-parent and how those are important. So, yes, I encourage fathers during this week to take your son and your daughter to make sure you get a Mother's Day gift for your mom.
Absolutely. Glenn, I'd like for you to just give us a couple shout outs.
Oh, we had a couple people last month was our birthday, and we had a few people to buy the book, donated the book. Yeah, donated the book. Ingram Blunt is one person, as well as Miss Caroline Lovis. Yes, she got 2 books.
Yeah.
So we Holy Trinity Church. Yeah, so we will. You continue to do that. I know my birthday is gone now.
Yeah.
So you can continue to buy to donate the book for we can get
we're on a new month.
Yes, we're on a new month. Now, did you want to give what was the title for last month?
It was real close to 300.
Yes.
So we'll round it off and say 300.
Yes.
But we really surpassed our goal.
Yes.
And we're on a new month now.
Yes.
And we've already collected some for. I think we've got 20 under our belt now already for May, and this is May 5th. So please donate. Find us on our website at afatherforever.com. You can find us there. You can do a Cash App at $Fathers Forever or PayPal at $Fathers Forever.
Yes, we got some exciting things got to do with Dads at a Distance for businesses. We're getting that up and running. We're going to introduce that to you next week. I'm really, really excited about this. Yeah, I get excited about a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm really excited about, we can get our senior citizens involved in this.
Yes.
As well as and we're not asking them for money. No, we're not.
No.
Scratch that.
No.
They're not giving us any money. But we're going to get them something special for them to do.
They'll be involved.
They're going to be involved in this.
This is a community effort.
Community effort. The business is going to donate the books. The senior citizen is going to sign the books.
Yes.
So the business, we're going to talk about that more and more. But I'm really super excited about what we're about to do and how we're going to get this book into these fathers' hands while they're incarcerated.
All right. We've gone a few minutes over our time.
Oh, no. Tell me it ain't so.
But I want to commend you, our audience, for being here with us. We thank you for joining us. And Glenn, as I always say, take us home.
All right. Everybody have a good weekend. Please be safe. Enjoy your mother if she's still living. Take your family out to eat. Continue to practice to be safe. COVID is still not quite over yet, so everybody continue to be safe as well as have a good time. And we wish all the moms a happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
This is Glenn Warren, founder and executive director of Fathers Forever. I want to share an alarming reality with you. 627,000 fathers are incarcerated that have kids under 18. Now, there are 56,000 moms incarcerated who have kids under 18. The reality is there are so many more fathers incarcerated than moms. This is why I Am a Father Forever book exists. Now, I need your help. I am inviting you to help us get this book into as many fathers incarcerated as possible. Here's how it works. For your donation of $22, we will provide a book to an incarcerated father. Thank you in advance for helping Fathers Forever heal fathers and save families.